Hello folks, time for another TimeGuessr Daily. Let's go. Right then. This immediately looks like somewhere in the US, West Washington Street. Kind of could be anywhere. So it's a city that has like named streets, Washington Street, etc. The architecture is not immediately recognizable. This is difficult. I've not got a huge amount to latch onto here. Lots of hats being worn. Don't know. Maybe somewhere like Boston? I don't see. Oh, look, North Washington Street. Is there gonna be a West Washington Street? Washington Street. Maybe let's plonk it down there. Hope for the best. I'm not sure when this is. Wonder whether it's like in the 1930s? Or maybe about 1935? Something like that. Don't really know why. Thinking they'd dress a little bit like my grandmother, basically. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was not in Boston. Hagerstown, Maryland. All right. Well, yeah, if you're familiar with that place, that would have been findable. Slightly weak start. Right. Kind of recognize that star flag. Difficult to date this one. Lots of traditional dress. Some football shirts, etc. Just going to say sort of 2005, I reckon. No clue on the country. Difficult. I want to say they might be like Berbers. Is that like Afghanistan? Is that like the sort of thing I'm thinking? Maybe it's a bit earlier. Maybe it's like late 90s, somewhere in here somewhere. Just thinking, because it was in the 2000s, there'd be sort of wars and things going on, but maybe it is. It's quite fast fashion-y, which makes me think it might be a bit more recent. Oh, I'm not sure. Let's just put it in Kabul, 1999. Or should we make it more recent than that? I think it's more recent. I think it's going to be like more like 2010 kind of time. Let's try that. Huh. Horse riders. As I said Berber, I thought, is that actually Moroccan? Maybe it is. Maybe I was right and also massively wrong at the same time. Terrible location score. Right then. There's a reference here to Brussels. There's a reference to like, I assume that's like Flanders. Some of this stuff seems French. So yeah, I wonder whether we're in Brussels at a kind of Flemish Hotel Univers. I wonder if we're in. I mean, we're certainly not a million miles away. By the standards of past goes, we're not going to be too far away, I think. Trying to see if that hotel jumps out at me, assuming it still exists, which it might well not. What is this here? Is that like a train track or something? I don't know what that is. All right, I'm just going to put it down in the middle of Brussels. And '60s, '50s, 1960. Let's try that. 61, not far off though. Pretty good. Okay. This is in Cyrillic again. Oh, we're in Kyrgyzstan, I think. Yep, we are in Kyrgyzstan. That says ADJ, that says AAZ. Not sure the significance of how the number plates are constructed. Not sure what that says. All right, well, let's find Kyrgyzstan. I hope it's not enormous. It's pretty enormous. I think we'll try the usual thing of just going kind of near the capital and hoping we're not a million miles away. And then in terms of the year, some pretty old cars, but I think they're just old. Some of them look a bit more modern. Don't know if there's any actual tangible clues here. But, oh, I think that says... Does that say 2019? Yeah, I think it does. Let's try that. Oh, different part of the country. So, oh, and it was 2020. I don't know about that. Okay. Right, well, this is the Grand Canal in Venice. So the location here is pretty straightforward. The year might be a bit more tough. That building is that building there. So we are somewhere just rounding. It's probable that we're on that bridge, isn't it? About there. Like there. Or, yeah, something like that. In terms of a year for this one, I imagine this is part of the Biennale, which is every 2 years, which doesn't narrow it down at all. Wow, this is hard. We have a location that never changes, and we have a bunch of outfits and boats that never change. So all we really have, I think, is the quality of the photograph. And maybe if we can just about see what some of those people look like. I think our best bet here is probably to go about 1980 or maybe late 70s. Maybe about sort of 1978. Something like that. I think that's about as good as we're going to get. I've no idea what else to base it on. We can't really see anyone's clothes. So let's try it. Fingers crossed. Oh, okay. Terrible from a year perspective, but that is about as close as I've ever been on the location. It's almost sad to only get 5,000 points for that. Okay, 50s. Some pretty terrible scores there. Yeah, lots of pretty erratic locations. And one particularly terrible year. So all in all, a pretty bad score. How did everybody else do? That is very solid. I mean, obviously very strong. Relander, 48,215 on a day like today is impressive. Hobo, you beat me. Hurricane 420, you beat me as well. Yeah. Alistair, 35,863. All right, well, difficult day all round. Well done, everybody. Please do subscribe if you enjoy watching these. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.